Is Royal Caribbean catfishing you for your next cruise? We're going to talk about just that today. Plus, they're renaming a popular venue for their highest tier status members. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to the Midships channel. It's your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. And welcome on board a Royal Caribbean cruise. I am on board the Ovation of the Seas, leaving out of Seattle today, heading up for a 7-night Alaska cruise. You're coming along with me, of course, but we've got some cruise news to get into today. And while there is a lot going on with Royal Caribbean, and I want to get started with an article that I read on royalcaribbeanblog.com. One of the authors there took a cruise on the oldest ship in Royal Caribbean's fleet, Grandeur of the Seas. Now, I'm no stranger to old cruise ships, having cruised on the likes of Carnival Elation in the past, and I might be one of those rare cruisers that actually enjoys an older cruise ship. Now, this fancy ship here, Ovation of the Seas, it's got a lot on offer. There is no doubt about it. You can skydive, you can surf, you can do bumper cars, all kinds of thrilling things. But this article brought up an interesting question. Is Royal Caribbean catfishing you when you book a cruise on Grandeur of the Seas, when you've watched the ad for Wonder of the Seas? You know what I'm talking about? Because you see these flashy ads coming from Royal Caribbean, and, well, they show surf simulators. They show people skydiving. They show beautiful, spacious venues on brand new ships. And when you book on a ship that's older, say a Vision class, say, well, Grandeur of the Seas, you're getting something entirely different than the experience that you're getting on Wonder of the Seas. And it's a great question. Should Royal Caribbean be spending some more money to update these older ships? Should they be getting rid of these older ships? Now, Grandeur of the Seas is very interesting because back right before the pandemic, they were actually going to sell the ship off to a line called Pullmantur, and it didn't go through, obviously due to the pandemic. But now, as we talked about the other day, we're in a sort of a cruise ship shortage currently. So older ships, smaller ships, they're being filled up. They're getting booked. And the author recognized that in her review of the ship. She says, well, this is the worst reviewed cruise ship for Royal Caribbean. And I think most of the reviews probably come from the fact that, well, you see Royal Caribbean and you expect here, you expect this level of things to do on board, this level of quality for your ship. And then when you get on an older ship like Grandeur of the Seas, well, it's more down here. Have you cruised on any of these older ships, these smaller ships? I don't even want to call them older. It's cruising from a time gone by, from days when we weren't attached to our cell phones. I'd hold it, but it's right up here. You're sitting in it on the camera. You know, they're more designed to look out, enjoy the ocean, enjoy the world as it goes by. Maybe sit down and look other people in the eyes and talk to them. That's something that we don't do a whole lot of anymore, but I plan on doing that a whole bunch here up in Alaska. Let's make some cruisers uncomfortable, right? What are your thoughts? Run down to the comment section. Let me know. Do you think Royal Caribbean is catfishing these cruisers that book a Royal Caribbean experience and end up having a Grandeur of the Seas, like a Vision class type of experience? I think you really need to be educating yourself if you're going to be spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on a vacation. Platforms like YouTube, Cruise Critic, they've all existed for many years. It's a great way to really get an idea of what you're getting yourself into for your vacation dollars. And I think it's a really good reminder, hey, you need to pay attention, you need to do some research, and, well, hey, maybe subscribe to this channel all along the way. Speaking of doing research ahead of time before your cruise, we should probably pre-plan to make sure you have all of your cruise essentials locked down at least a month or two before you sail. The best place to do that is in the Midships Amazon store. In there, you can find everything I take with me every single time I cruise. I think you would love some of those cruise essentials. My fan, which is over here, I can't quite reach it. I got short arms, it's a long way away. That thing saved my bacon today in a hot, hot solarium on Ovation of the Seas. Check it all out. There's a link in the description down below. Thanks for your support. Now, longtime Royal Caribbean cruisers have probably reached a certain level of status. You might be in Diamond, Diamond Plus, maybe you're even cruising as a Pinnacle cruiser. Well, your next Royal Caribbean cruise, assuming it's more than a month or so away, you're going to be looking for a different venue on board that ship. You may be used to going into the Diamond Lounge, kind of getting away from all of the people who, well, they're not cruise people like maybe you are. And Royal Caribbean knows that, and they've already announced that they're looking to find some solutions to the overcrowding of the Diamond Lounge. And one of those ways is by just not calling it the Diamond Lounge anymore, hearkening back to the days of, well, the days gone by, grandeur of the seas type of days. They're renaming the Diamond Lounge to the Crown Lounge. And this may actually harken back to the Viking Crown Lounge days. It was an original staple on board old school Royal Caribbean ships, sort of remained, and they're beautiful lounges. They're great to get into. And on your next Royal Caribbean cruise, it's gonna have a brand new name. And there might be something else brand new coming to Royal Caribbean, or maybe Carnival or some other cruise line. We don't quite know yet, but rumors are spreading. Rumors on their actual website, the Toys R Us, yes, that Toys R Us with Jeffrey the Giraffe. Well, they're coming to a cruise near you. They've not yet announced what cruise line they're partnering with, but Toys R Us will be opening toy stores at sea. Interesting. I wonder if the Jazz Club on Royal Caribbean is a good venue for that. There's not a whole lot of use down in those clubs anymore, and I don't know, it would be great to claw back a little space. Although, those Diamond Plus, Diamond members, Pinnacle members, maybe y'all need a little bit more space to spread your wings, and that's what the Jazz Clubs could be used for. Let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments down below. Old cruise ships, something you love, something you loathe. Let's talk about it down in the comments. If you made it this far into today's episode, well, why don't you consider joining the 21,000 other happy subscribers here in the Midships channel by tapping that subscribe button right down there. Slam that thumbs up button. If you don't care what cruise ship you're on, you just want to be on a cruise. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. And until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships. La 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 la.